So join me, let us make catfish pepper soup with plantain. This is a very delicious and yummy recipe, okay? So learn with me. This is my catfish well washed. This is my plantain. I'm using half ripe plantain because I think it gives the best taste, okay? You can use unripe one. This is my pepper soup spice from Niger. And this is my white onions blended with fresh pepper. I blended it. And this is my dry scent leaf. Of course, my nor cube is always there. This is my Cameroon pepper. You know, I told you it has a special flavor. So the first thing you do is to put your fish in a clean pot. So I'm adding all the fish. As you can see, they are very neat. I took my time to watch it. So in case you don't know how to watch your catfish, make sure you watch my previous video on when I used made banga soup with catfish. So I took my time to wash the fish and I showed you how to wash it. So the next thing you add is your blended onion and fresh pepper. So I'm going to be rinsing that blender cup to pour the water. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So after I'm just showing you that I rinsed it. So after that, the next thing you might want to add is your seasoning cube. Okay, I'm going to be using one for now. So after I test it, if I need more, then I'll adjust. Okay, but for now I need one. And after adding your seasoning cube, you might want to stir it to mix very well, at least, and before you cover it and allow it to steam a bit. Okay, you know, in my previous video I told you that catfish is very easy to done, like it done it very quickly. So now that the fish is steamed a bit, you might want to start adding the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so this is me trying to still turn it very well for those seasoning cube to sink very well in the fish. You see the fish is already beginning to be done already, self, just in a few minutes. Okay, it doesn't take time. So the next thing I'm going to add is more water. Okay, I'm going to add, you can add water depending on the quantity of pepper soup you want. Okay, so I just added based on how much water I think I want, but don't, make sure you don't add too much water that it will become tasteless. Okay, so check the fish you're using, quantity of fish you're using, and ingredients as well. So I'm adding just a little pepper soup spice. Okay, and after that I'm going to be stirring to mix very well before I add another thing. Okay, so you might be adjusting any of the ingredients based on your need or as required. Okay, so this is the quantity I require for my pepper soup and my pepper soup, yeah, catfish pepper soup. So I'm adding a bit of Cameroon pepper just to give it that Cameroon pepper. You know, there's one flavor that it gives to, you know, food, especially pepper soup. Okay, so that's it. So after adding the Cameroon pepper, I'm going to be adding the plantain next. Okay, yeah, so you might also want to make sure that the plantain is well done. So this is the right time to add it so that it will be done with the fish. Okay, so that's the reason I'm using half ripe plantain. If you are using unripe plantain, you might want to add it a bit earlier, or some people might want to boil it first before they add it to the pepper soup, but you might want to add it at that initial time you're adding the fish so that it will be done at the same time. But if you're using half ripe or ripe plantain, you know it done quickly too, so you might want to add it at this second stage. Okay, all right, so this is me making sure that the plantain is well sink in the pepper soup. Okay, yeah, so after adding the plantain, I'm going to allow it to steam for some time before I will be adding the This is it. You see, it's already, wow, this is looking yummy already. So I'll be adding the dry scent leaf now. The fish and the plantain is not yet done. I just allow them to boil for some time before I add it because I'm using dry scent leaf. If you're using a fresh scent leaf, you might want to add it at the end when both the plantain and the fish is already done. Okay, so you will return that greenish color. But because I'm using dry one, I want to add it a bit earlier so that it will boil with the plantain and the fish, and they will be able to, squeeze the flavor and the juice from the scent leaf. Okay, that's why I'm adding by now. So I'm also adding my salt, as required. Okay, so I'll be stirring to mix it very well. Okay, so to spread it. This is already scenting. You know that my Oyibo neighbor, I know wherever she is now, she'll be wondering what is cooking. So it's going, yeah, finally the catfish pepper soup with plantain is ready. Look at that. If you taste this food, it's just the best thing for the weather. It's just the best thing for the weather. If you have access to fresh scent leaf, please make sure you use it. You see that greenish color? Ah, God, it will give it the best color ever. Okay, so but what can I do? I only have the dry one. At least at all now it was. So I will still just manage. So this is it ready. I'm going to be dishing. So, oh my God, just look at